Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody is not aware of this, this is a journey of investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategic compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades. Each is an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at an update for the metamaterial short selling investigation. We're also going to look at MMTLP and asking the question, who will resolve MMTLP and who is it going to cost? We're also looking at ticker symbol ZAPP, which was a great call in our Discord weekly watch list, so stay tuned for that. The stock was up well in excess of 100% today and also up in the post market. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, headline from Market Watch, we can see that Tesla's upcoming earnings report and need to divulge its AI plans and also Nvidia's role. So we have been seeing a tremendous run in Tesla and it is green for 2024, and we also have been updating Tesla in some of the previous videos, so go ahead and check those out. And also from Market Watch, we can see here the stock market, it did edge a little bit lower today in terms of the Dow Jones, and it is awaiting news with regard to Powell's testimony on inflation and also data and earnings. A big week for earnings as well. So great news also for Apple. So we can see here from stock market news that another day where Apple is trading at an all-time high. So congratulations to everybody in on Apple. First thing I'm going to start with is an update on the previous video where we looked at South Korea and the potential investigation into MMTLP. And what Jalen's have posted here is, if the South Korean Financial Investigative Agency reveals that the country's shareholders in terms of their brokers sold them counterfeit shares, counterfeit MMTLP shares, then that is certainly going to be bad for the Financial Service Committee and the Democrats in the United States, who have literally done nothing. And I think one of the reasons for that, we can see here from Find Out and Awesome Things, is obviously after a potential investigation by the South Korean regulators, we know that they are leading the war on illegal short selling. They see counterfeit shares and naked short selling as something they do not want in the market. They have banned this. They banned it in 2023, so we will wait for an update on this. And what Meta News have posted is anybody holding MMTLP in South Korea, go into the office of the FSS building, and apparently you have no appointment required, but I would assume that you would certainly need to prove that you are an MMTLP investor. Let's now look at the question, who can provide a resolution for MMTLP? And what Rare DD has posted is, when questioned about a resolution for MMTLP, the SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce basically said she did not know how to fix it. So that's quite a staggering response. But basically, it wouldn't have to be fixed if FINRA did not carry out the U3 halt. What Gregory Chiggins has stated is basically the SEC, in terms of a question, do not know how to fix something they broke by obviously halting trading. 19 months later, over 65,000 MMTLP families are suffering, and this does need to be fixed. And what Mr. Anderson has stated is, here's one solution: arrest the folks for counterfeiting shares in the United States securities, liquidate their personal assets, and make sure they serve time in jails. And I think what I would also add is hand over the money to the MMTLP investors. And what the HEF has stated is, the market makers cannot run forever. This has to be resolved, or it will be resolved, and it can only be resolved, certainly in my opinion, with NextBridge Hydrocarbons on board. And I think without investors, NextBridge Hydrocarbons cannot really fight this battle alone. But I think what I would like is, I would like more answers and more updates, more communication from NextBridge Hydrocarbons. And I think if there is a criticism that is valid, I think that is a valid criticism, that NextBridge Hydrocarbons needs to provide a lot more clear, transparent communication with the shareholders. What I'd now like to have a look at is ticker symbol ZAPP. This was not only called in our weekly watch list, but it was also called in our daily stock alerts this morning prior to trading. And this is a stock that we have been watching. So first of all, after close of market today, we can see it is up in excess of 127%. And we can also see it is up in excess of 35% in the post market, closing at $9.24. So congratulations to everybody who got into symbol ZAPP. So let's move on to have a look at a little bit about the company and why it could be potentially having a tremendous run. So we know it's publicly traded on the Nasdaq. It's also a British company. It has a design awards for 2024. So let's have a look at a company profile. So it's an electric vehicle group, and its operating subsidiaries are run by a team of experts from the mobility industry, and they have a debut product which is the i300. It's an electric urban high performance two-wheeler capable of traditional motorcycle levels in performance in a step-through format, combining ease of use of acceleration, and it's also fun. But I think what I'd like to focus on more specifically for the shareholder point of view is the recent financials, and we can see here first customer deliveries of the i1300 urban motorcycle expected summer 2024, so we're almost there now, ahead of an accelerated commercial rollout in India and Southeast Asia. So that's where the market is. They're focusing on India, and I believe they're also focusing on Thailand. So in terms of the business highlights, they have a commercial agreement with an Indian partner. They've received total proceeds in excess of $2.7 million in terms of an equity purchase agreement. They also have commercial launch activities right now in the streets of Bangkok. In terms of the general financials, obviously it's a small company. I would describe them as a penny stock, high risk, high reward. The net loss is $5 million compared to an expected $8.6 million in the previous quarter, 6 months period, so that is a significant improvement. Operating loss $3.1 million compared to $3.19 million, that's also an improvement. So first customer deliveries in the fourth quarter 2024, and they expect to sell 5,000 units end of September. So obviously it is a relatively new business. You have to take into account that it is going to be high risk, high reward, extremely volatile, but certainly one of those stocks where you protect profit. So after first deliveries of i1300s in Europe and Thailand, expected in the summer, they're going to scale rapidly in the Southeast Asia market and in the Indian market, where the two-wheel urban mobility is required. And I think there is a huge need there, especially for electric two-wheelers. But let's have a look at why one of the other reasons why the stock may be doing exceptionally well. So from Fintel data, we can see according to the latest information here, there were no shares available to borrow. So it's going to be difficult for them to borrow. But what we can also see here from the Fintel data is that the cost to borrow is rising significantly, going from the bottom figure of 309% to 516%. So we're certainly becoming very, very expensive for the shorts. And finally, I'd like to finish off by having a quick review of the previous week's weekly watch list. I think the best call of the week we had was Tiximo Poet, and I believe that was also did quite well in the pre-market today and overall. It was the best call. Previous week it was up over 60% and also had a strong finish on Friday when it was up 19%. Another great call was SCLX, that was up over 48% Monday to Tuesday, so good opportunity there to take profit. And also up 3% on the week. AUR up 6.2% on the week. ZS up 4.5% on the week. DXYZ we have been following, and after the dip on Monday also closed up 9% on the week, and I think that did okay today as well. Uber we called up 2% on the week after Monday's dip. ECDA, that was up 4% on the week. CMND up 10% Monday, then closed level on the week. And PBF, that was down 5% on the week, so not all calls are successful. If you would like to get a copy of our daily stock alerts, as well as the weekly watch list shared prior to trading on the Monday, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.